All right, John, say something funny. The camera's running.
I'm gonna get my ass beat.
That's not funny.
It is a little funny. Sound like a clap, don't it?
Hey. See, you gotta watch our YouTube channel every day.
I've not trained this arm at all for this whole year.
Oh, is it? It's still, yeah, it's warm today.
Our leaves just started changing like this week.
Almost got him, John. Almost got him. There he is.
Didn't make it easy, did you?
Got two things on my left massage you because he like jams you that way.
Yeah. But you had to have loved driving that tiny hand.
Oh yeah. So false sense of security.
Because I had heard of him, never pulled him.
Yeah.
Then when he walks up, I go, "This can't be the guy."
Yeah.
No. But he was, I mean, he was way faster than me. There's no way.
Oh, he's just wild.
I wasn't even close. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
To be honest, but I think Sasho's bad for Rob. You know, it would be good for Rob with the Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
Strong, buddy. I got a whole 9 months under my belt.
Beer and the coolers there, Rob. Whatever you want, bud.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, both of them just commented.
You arm wrestle?
No.
No.
I do not. No.
The other half?
Yep. And the kids like that.
That's good.
Awesome. What's up, buddy? Rob.
Getting that over Rick.
How you doing, bud? Logan, nice to meet you.
This is my hook.
Okay, so Bojadar just said that he commented on the picture. No more natty pullers in North America. It's here. So he thinks you're on the sauce now.
Huh? I'm constantly making faces.
I'm gonna break one of those pieces of chalk.
I'm just trying to warm up.
I got my anti-abrasion.
I saw that.
Working it all.
It takes me 2 weeks for those
Yeah.
How you feel about MT pulling masters?
On who?
Michael's pulling masters.
I thought, what the hell?
Trying to be the best in the world.
You're trying to be the best in the world in the open class. What are you doing in that one?
Did you?
And then, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do a factor warmed up.
He's got the angle on me bad.
I'm breaking out a bag of chalk out for that table.
I think so.
All these faggy top rollers beating up on me. Actually, it's Dave Morocco's training my hand probably more than anybody.
Did you left it all? Actually, we'll stay right now.
You'll be completely unimpressed with my I love those days later.
Yeah, I'm trying to train it like every single day.
Yeah.
But it's like it catches up, so I don't know if I should like lay off or express train and see, hope it all like slingshot.
I train it where I do my right with the same weight. I just can't do the reps.
Right.
You know.
Well, I'm trying to do both every day.
Yeah.
But going from like 0 to 100
Oh.
is tough.
Go lane like you, Joe. Lane like this. That's looking left, right off your arm.
Good. Nice.
We're like get drunk. Let's speed up.
What do you mean wait for it?
Huh? I'm so much funnier. And a tad racist, evidently.
There's no black people here.
So is Neil who put you and Sasha together?
Oh yeah. He put it on. Then it was called off, so I just was up to my own devices for months.
Yeah, because you texted me saying it was off.
Yeah. You know, it was almost like the Devin Thorpe thing with like 5 weeks notice.
It is. That's all you had time to train.
I had 4. So I've been going real hard for like last 3, trying to diet for 2. And then I think I'd come here and just get an idea from someone who's pulled them.
I think you could pull him tomorrow. This is such a bad match for him.
Yeah.
So you don't train like constantly?
Not up until the past couple of weeks, because I got like my businesses at a resort, and I got the kids there. So for me to take the time and train while they're all little, like I was like, there's nothing going on. So what am I gonna take the time on? I understand people are in the grind and they do that in case.
Yeah.
But it just didn't seem like Wall wasn't talking. Nobody's talking.
Yeah, you haven't heard anything from Wall, right?
No.
Yeah, neither have I.
Nothing. Like.
But I always hear last. Like Michael Todd and Devin and them always hear stuff.
Yeah, well, they already know
months
when they're booking
before
their
I do.
flights.
Yeah.
When Michael came to Maine, he's like, I haven't heard from Wall in forever.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as Michael Todd and Devin went to Dubai to pull, that was pretty much the obituary for WAL. Just send your 2 top guys to pull in a different league under different rules.
That would have been the rubber match with them there, right? No, that would have been part 2.
That's the match they wanted to do.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Actually, they were going to pull the last one that got canceled in LA. They were supposed to pull.
Working? Working. You've been bending rebar with your cup? I'm doing a lot of millwright work, so I'm constantly taking gear bars and everything.
Give him hell, Craig.
I got a second
That is
here.
my arm. I work now when I'm doing millwright shit. So I'll just take this right here and
I'll just see. I'll try to just peel you out of that a little bit.
I think if you pull Sasha like you're doing me, let your wrist curl in, but just keep those knuckles high.
Just pop it like that.
I don't even think you have to be first. I think you're just going to bounce off.
Yeah, so what I noticed with guys like athletes and stuff, there's like a geometry to it, right? So they line up like this, and when they catch him here, like Iraqi did really well, he was like banging into his arm. But then he got kind of like sketched. He started dragging back, and he was hitting right to here. And you get that guy like cranking down on your bicep, right?
You do whatever you want with your hand.
So I was like, I can't maintain that.
My hands are like a 30-second.
Here, even if it's a hook, I'm like high here.
I would. Your plan's not. Your plan's fine, but on the super fast guys, but I would leave this kind of relaxed. Make sure all of this is tight as fuck, because he's gonna hit. So when he hits, make sure all this. You don't want this relaxed. When he hits, he gets a little more distance. Okay. If this is tight, relaxed, then when he hits, you know.
Okay.
I don't think you have to hit. You just got because I don't think there's no way you're faster than he is. I think he's gonna come out go every single time.
Right. His timing is on.
And it's bizarre how good they are at that. I mean,
I've watched some of his videos, and it's just like, and it's so connected. It all just.
and it's way before anybody says go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're moving, but by the time the ref says go, they're already moving, and I'm like, what? No, it's crazy how good they are.
Yeah, their timing on go, and that's something that Neil mentioned to me. He was like, his timing, like he's got a good wrist. He knows how to protect it in the straps, but his
he ain't gonna get into the straps with you though.
I see. I think I can make him suffer outside of him. I think.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Neil should have put you in Prodigy together. That I could see going.
That's a match.
3-2 either way.
That's a match that I like.
Yeah. But you versus, I think you should pull Sasha tomorrow.
That's your move. I would set up really high, like here, and then at the go, I would come that way.
Ready, go.
Yeah, that's it. That's nice. I train the shit out of that. That'd be my move. This is awesome.
Well, see, this ain't not
Never trained me. You just need to
usually here. It's amazing. If I feel
It's quick. I'm stronger than all these guys. You're just lucky Christina's not here.
It's just like when those guys are training for that boxing match, sparring is a whole different level than when you're really going for it.
Look, I think Devin did well. He looked like he'd only boxed for 5 weeks, but for only 5 weeks, and what did he lose? 100+ pounds? Well, Thor looked like he'd been boxing for years, you know.
That's how I would train if I was him.
Yeah.
But it's a different game when you just spar for 6 rounds
Yeah.
and you get in there and you
Fall right.
under those circumstances
Oh, yeah.
with adrenaline and everything.
Well, you spend your years training for an anaerobic
If I
sport,
stop it,
then you jump into an aerobic sport.
And they also think
you
that
gotta pull through your whole body. Not
like
just-
running Ironman is the same that taxing when the gloves have on the
Yeah, I got 2 brothers that do marathons and Ironman. I tried for years to try to run a mile. I gave up. I said, you know what I'll do? I'll run a quarter mile before it makes me grow.
Soup and ramen noodles.
Drag racing's more American anyway.
Those are really your better athletes. Look at a sprinter's body and look at a marathoner's body. Your fast twitch guys are all sprinters.
When my brothers run, it's just crazy. They could probably run on top of snow. I'm running down Walmart's aisle, stomp, thump, thump, thump. Eggs are falling off the shelf and stuff. It's so embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my arms and my legs are all moving in different directions.
I'm just deleting some of your videos.
That's the whole arm power. His wrist was good too.
All right, Tony. I'll warm you up before you pull out.
Don't worry about so much of this. Grip shit up there, it really pins you down. Your top roll or hook.
I would never do that.
That wrist.
I didn't know if there was something.
On my top
I
roll,
think if you
I'm
crimp your
playing
knuckles
down
like
on
that,
I think that'd be easy.
that begs. I mean, even I can
If I
topple
want to
that.
hook,
So avoid that and get the more,
Your grip should be
right? So
relaxed.
they go.
but just something
I
like
can hook.
Yeah.
so you just or
Yeah,
just
okay.
cap like
Oh, this is
Right?
John.
It's slowing you down.
You know.
yeah, he does.
Right
I
there.
see him do it in things.
So you go.
He was just
You
like
just
this
turn
the
it.
whole time.
Right there.
See a lot
Pretty
of
good.
people.
Bang. Get your move.
I think you see a lot of beginners doing that. I don't think you see
Now
any
you're gonna hook.
elite pullers doing that.
Instead of
You don't see any
trying to play all
foreigners
this
doing
shit,
it.
You're getting me stuff.
I just carry.
Yeah, right there, like
You pull into, you know what I'm saying?
if you can get that little bit of that, it's
Are these
hard
up
for
for
me to
grabs,
try
the
to
Millers?
look through that.
Every, you're welcome to every cooler, Rob.
All right, thank you.
I thought he said he brought you the Coronas, honey.
I've done for half a minute, sorry.
Drag it out.
All right.
Don't teach you.
We're gonna talk a little bit, just gonna try to.
Now, who you use the cone?
I've caught something down
Who
there.
is here?
Yeah, but going up through my fingers, it's just a really
Really
bit
him like that.
of the wrist and everything. It
You know
goes
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Don't feed a top roller against this guy here. Notice.
I can't hold my breath that long. Jamie. Oh, Rob. Please.
I held my wrist back. You couldn't push it in there.
You do left?
I can, yeah.
What's your better hand, right? I'll put a little bit left just to. I got ambidextrous natural. I'm not too
Yeah, you're
worried
supposed to pull
about
him
his
left
left.
too.
Bend it in
I know
there.
his left is really good. My left can be really good when I'm on point, everything's healthy.
Left is usually not great.
That's how the kids doing?
They're awesome.
All right.
They're very good.
Are they in people school or are they doing virtual school?
They did virtual all last year, but they've been back for like 3 weeks doing the in-person schooling. It's been such a lovely.
How's that? Now, did they, did that COVID year set them back at all or not at all?
Not at all. No.
That's good.
Wait a minute, wrist to wrist. Just gotta make it even. All right, one time. That's it. I'm going wrist to wrist.
Dutton drinks 3 and goes home. So yeah, I'm not worried.
You guys did homeschooling, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Everything's a little bit right handed.
How?
Well, she didn't work, so it didn't work. And to be honest, I traveled a lot, so it worked out well. So I was able to take my kids to like all through Nevada, Utah, the deserts, all through Minnesota. And so when I traveled for work, I could bring them.
That's great. Yeah, we tend to be
Well, you gone?
well, a lot of places too, so it would really work for our life, but it's the platform, so
Yeah, but they've got a homeschool support group,
yeah.
and they'll help you put your curriculums together. They'll help you with testing. Then they get together and they do things like they put on plays, or they'll do like martial arts classes. Because when all the kids are in school all day, the martial arts gyms, they're empty. So they have homeschool specials. So you can bring your whole homeschool crew down, and they all got black belts in Taekwondo at like cut rate prices because you're signing up 30 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
What else do they do? A lot of like woodworking shops and stuff would bring the homeschool kids in because it's a small.
That's what it felt like. It felt like I couldn't.
Not to be
get you around.
but a lot of these homeschool parents are very militant on their children's behavior, so they're polite.
I didn't know which one was which.
So they get to do a lot of stuff.
Especially cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You drink as many as you want to, but it doesn't matter.
Thank
You.
Very militant like that.
They didn't have I would like the homeschool approach personally, but
My children are raised with no parental tyranny. They pretty much got to do what they wanted to do.
Not ours.
no, I keep more tight shit.
Yeah.
Pretty good lot.
I mean, they learned auto mechanics because our shit was always breaking down.
That's great though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I lived in your contract. My father told me to get the fuck off the couch and go work for free.
Yeah. So what? Can I ask how much money you're making on Sasha?
Is he pulling Tyson? You pulling the cameras on?
It is. I mean, you can tell me later. Look,
Just let me get to about right
when,
here.
when I'm making on Corey, I'm putting up myself.
I have extra class. I put money up on State Kings.
Okay.
Semi-pro and
Yeah. The only reason why I took the court match was
novice, amateur.
I was like after Zoloft, man, I was thinking about quitting. I mean, I was like quitting. I said no. Let's make one more run at it. Let's change some shit. Let's go. Let's get focused. Let's concentrate. Yeah. But then there was nothing going. There was no WAL or anything. So I go, like, we all dedicated. There's nothing to do. So I took it.
That's kind of where I was. Everything's off for 2 years.
Yeah.
People are saying like, oh, well, you've been hiding. I'm like, you do realize the thing called fucking COVID that's happened for like 2 years and there's nothing going on.
Well, or they want you to go to the little local tournaments.
You know when you pull this garage in the back of the woods somewhere.
And I don't like. I like going to the local tournaments to watch. But if you're not motivated, you go to a local tournament, you do what Matt Mass did. You need to go down to a local tournament, get smacked by 2 people who are now WAL eligible because Matt basically opened the door for them.
That's much as not.
I am more scared pulling somebody I've never heard of than like been an elite person.
You'd rather pull John off the time. You know what?
Yeah.
Winkler.
Exactly.
Get a whole movie here.
Yeah. Brandon,
Give me a little bit of that left.
I mean, there's a
but there was this
big old
real
fucking
young
difference
super
going on
heavyweight
here.
smacking everybody.
Let me scratch that off real quick. Let me get that out there.
And I still don't know his name. I said, this is a question. Oh, I'm down on this guy so bad. I was trying. He had me.
What'd you get with them? What'd you get with them?
I don't know what to do either.
About that all in. It went back and forth, and I got half up front, but it was handled through Joshua Gustin Grant and Herman Stevens.
Right.
So it was crowdsourced, and they gave me the link. I don't go overseas anymore. I have my money up front. Because I've been over there too many times.
Got in with some derms. Just remember.
You gotta remember who you're talking to.
Oh, really?
Oh my goodness. I got over there in
We just had
Moldova.
like a 3 minute left.
And I went into my pocket because they canceled the flight, and I had to buy a flight from like England to Moldova that day.
Oh my god.
You know?
Expensive that day.
Yeah, and he said, buy it. I got there, they go, why use this and this? And we're 3 or 4 days in. He wasn't paying it. I think he was just waiting till we were all supposed to take the dirt's master. And we're all standing there. How's him work not getting blown up? Everybody come down the stairs. I go, this guy goes, oh, big guy's going to burn.
He will stay right there.
Okay. I was going to get it, but if you want to elevate it, that's fine. That's fine.
Right there. The only person I pull like that, I don't have that ability. Yeah, Tim always gets them right there.
You know, he hands me this much. This snap. I'm going, you need me. Yeah. I'm over there. Into my thousands of dollars. I mean, I'm just,
yeah,
feel me.
Me and him were brothers. There's no excuse. They have that two supervisors.
I watched him spell
What are they? Dr. Michigan and
300,000. Him and I almost ended up at the lowest over fucking $2,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got stranded in fucking, they gave me a check in his hometown. And I go to cash it in somewhere, and they're like, oh, we can't cash that. So I'm like, hey, bro, I'm like stuck here. I need to like pay for my hotel, and then I'm taking my card. So can I like, oh, well, I'll try this back. And I still let you go. I'm like, you're a big biller. You couldn't just come down the street and give me the cash and get the check back? After that, I quit for 3 years after that. Yeah. I disappeared after that.
No, it was, so that was it. From now on, I go, yeah, I'll come. This is the money. But nothing happens until I get there. And then I'm in for it. I make sure that the half I get gets me there and back.
He gets something like this around this. I can't nobody in the 210 or 225.
Oh. And that's overseas? Yeah. That's, it's true. And the pickings are slim right now.
it's like really a lot of rebar.
She's sitting outside for like solo he's like
yeah.
Supposedly, I'm supposed to be able to go over there. I'm supposed to be able to beat that college.
You're gonna.
And then I grip up to him and like, he has my stuff.
I mean, go in there dedicated and focused, but I am telling you, man, I would bet $7,000 on you right now.
So what I'm doing is I'm hoping it all, like, okay, so what's your like, so you want to be 100%
match? Yeah, I don't take any. If you got to travel,
you'll probably change your like load, right?
I used to taper going in, but you have to travel overseas. You train just as hard as you can up until the time you get on that plane, because by the time you leave, by the time you travel, get there, check in, you've got 3 or 4 days off anyway, and you're relaxed.
I don't think even like, if you were to do a thing joint heavy,
instead of taking time off, I'd be worrying how much I want to ramp up the last 2 weeks. Because there's a theory where
it's like super compensation.
Yeah, so if you got to compete on Saturday, the Friday before that a week, maybe you do super maximal weight. So if you're 1 rep max, say you're benching, if your bench is 400 pounds, you try 435, something crazy, really stress that body, because then you know the body's got a bunch of time to overcome, adapt, compensate, you know. And it changes your mindset, because to me, when you start tapering down or quit, I get stodgy and low-G, and then I start getting self-doubt.
I feel it's soft, and you start thinking that things feel weak.
I always feel better after deadlifting day than I do after a bicep day. So I would train fucking, I do. All right, when I'm going into the Corey Miller match, I fly out. I fly Friday. I go get in the hotel Thursday.
No doubt.
Because I'm flying out of Columbus. Thursday morning, I'm going to train as hard as the heaviest fucking weights I can do Thursday morning. And then I got all of Friday to travel. Saturday morning, somewhere in Texas. I should know. I bought tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sounds like him. I book all of this stuff.
But
I didn't even know.
my ideas are completely different than everybody else takes weeks off, man. I think weeks is too, unless you're cutting weight. If you're cutting weight, especially if you got to do 10 days before, then you have to taper it back, because you can't be calorie deficit and training, because then you end up dehydrated and hurt. So if you're cutting weight, you got to
do right now is like I'm trying to cut, I'm trying to calorie, I'm trying to train a lot, so it's like I'm trying to find the balance, because this is I never considered that shit. Like I used to just do some gym shit, practice, of the tournaments. Trying to look at it.
Why do you think I do
You get over a certain age and things start to get harder.
10 pounds in a sauna is pretty easy. 15 to me. 10 pounds pretty easy. 15 pounds is almost impossible.
Well, I think he's going to be able to weigh in Thursday versus Saturday.
Yeah.
Breathe. Forgetting again.
Oh my God, I'd lose 15 pounds. What do you got to be?
209.
209. I would be 220 fucking pounds by Saturday. I would be so huge. I'd be eating every freaking hour for 48 hours, man. I would be massive. I would be. Google. I'll send it to you. Send me a text or something. Remind me. There's a little. It's a simple little chart. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, probably what to do each day, kind of like what.
Yep.
Like
It's
what
a
to not
recipe
eat.
every day. It tells you start cutting out this, start cutting out salts, when to cut out meat, when to cut out carbs, when to cut out salt, how much water to drink, and then it tells you how to do the sauna, and then it tells you when you come out of the sauna, start taking the electrolytes, the glycerin, eat every couple hours or every hour or so. It tells you cutting the weight is less than half the battle. Putting it all back on after weigh-ins is the hard part. And if you do it wrong, you end up with diarrhea and you can't put the weight on. So you got to get super hydrated and you got to eat carb, salt, creatine every fucking hour. And then you feel like shit for 24 hours. I mean, you set the alarm every hour. You get up and eat that stuff. And then when you stop, you're all bloated. But after a while, all of a sudden it's like, right? I mean, everything just feels like going on a rock. Yeah. You take creatine every hour, dumping water, salt, carbs in it, all just blow up.
So you take actual creatine. So it's not like meat rich like
A creatine supplement on top of. You don't eat a lot of meat after that because you can't digest it. So lots of vegetables, lots of carbs.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I have this back. I texted you, so
Past Sunday, a week ago.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of burnout at the end.
Yeah, or hit me on Messenger or something. I think I've sent it out so many times. I think it's just on my phone.
yeah, I just know like there's a few guys I've seen do like huge weight cuts. And they're probably the most that I've seen while still being able to perform and not complaining about cramps and
Well, it's putting the weight on afterwards. A lot of people cut the weight, but they run out and they go to Subway or pizza or something. They just feel like shit after losing that weight. Yeah.
I did that. I think I did like a starvation cut my first year in Vegas of wall. I like just starved. And then when I tried to run to the buffet, I ended up like super sick back at the hotel room.
No, it's like when you're done eating, you're eating like a handful of gold strings. But you got to keep growing. As soon as you start drinking quarts of water, everything expands again, and now you can start eating volume. But you got to eat stuff that digests in a hurry. The last thing you want to do is eat a steak. Because an hour later, you can't eat anything more. So to me, it's like green vegetables, instant mashed potatoes, ramen noodles.
It's hard to get a
simple
grip
carbs, a little bit of fat on it, but nothing that takes a long time to digest.
Like you said, it's a lot of headaches. It's not a little bit, it's a lot of headaches.
There's mine from the ground. So if I squeeze, I'm scared that's going
I almost feel like I'm being
to happen yesterday. So.
It is, but I approach it as it's a trial run for all the big matches you got coming. You got to get to a system because the last thing you want to do is be making shit up. You know what I mean? It's got to be a process.
If anything, it's put me in a good place where instead of sitting around like drinking, I started doing something. I don't know what you can make up in 3-4 weeks, but at least it's building a habit.
Yeah. Well, you get to where you're not like I don't think the foreigners train for full. I think they're just training. They're always pulling themselves. So they develop their process, they develop their goals, and then they just. I mean, well, I think they're true athletes. I'm kind of just a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can tell when I'm sitting and talking to people like Brudnick and stuff. I go, oh fuck yeah, we're completely different people. Yeah.
Oh, he wants all this bottle of water. He knows his hydration level. Checks the pH.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'm not a guy who just is good at it. And then I've yet to really work at it. But as you get older, you pick up injuries and start looking at it a little differently.
Well, except
Things don't heal anything.
Shit. He's trying to break me up, so they got me up against the wall. They're making me pull up against the safe.
Pull one of the pull. I'll pull it over here. But. I'm gonna pull Rob a little bit, then you guys line up. Wear his ass out.
Is this recording?
I hope so.
I think it has
Is it not? God, I'll be so embarrassed if I got 0 minutes of footage. Rob's gonna have to come back tomorrow.
I told you the last thing I wanted to have coming here was like a measuring of dicks. I want heavy pressure in your lanes because if I fall into that lane with Sasho, that's what I want. I want your lanes.
Boom, he stopped.
But I mean, I do believe that you're so much bigger than him. I don't think someone coming at me can stop that.
Yeah.
Good.
Tyson. Rob, you stand at the table. You get behind Jamie.
Behind Jamie?
Yeah.
She's gonna pass out.
You get behind Tyson.
I don't know if I'll get through this one.
You'll dig deep. All right, Tyson. Come on, John. You're next.
Don't wear him out. Don't wear him out for you, Johnny.
Muddy River boys are preparing you for Sasho. You get behind John.
This side pressure's unmatched. It's gonna do the shit.
All right, John.
Let me get that one.
You get behind the kindergartner.
All right.
I'm like, noodles and gravy? Oh, noodles and gravy is a great name for a team.
Yeah, sweet. No, I'm really good.
You're not done yet.
Her idea was
What's up? This guy.
and it's whiskers, and it's too long.
See, you're pulling Ohio and West Virginia.
It's so dumb. Yeah, the Muddy River Boys, that's a hard logo to come up with.
All right, Jamie.
Yeah, that's going to take a minute to figure out.
Jamie, hook him. Be Sasha and hook him.
Hell, I was thinking monster off Scooby-Doo.
That's cool.
Tyson, hook him. Do it again.
That's what I was thinking.
One more. Let this little guy come up and. This is the guy who emulates. No. Oh yeah, hook him, Toby.
No. Hook him?
Yeah. He's preparing for a guy who's. Sasho's not top rolling.
Oh, you
Sasha Hook.
Yeah. Sasho Hook.
He goes, you know Sasha Hook.
Sasho Hook. Very, very big time.
I win. This might be my only chance to track this champion. Wait a minute.
Okay, not fair. He's getting tired.
I hope so.
Yeah, but that's what you need. Yeah.
You guys all, you can at least give me some grip. Some grip.
Me? Fuck. Oh.
I meant for him.
Rob's got a good hook.
That old man's
Rob's hook's probably one of the better in the nation.
Might make a face.
Yeah, but it looks like you're getting it without lube.
Catch your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some oxygen in here if that'll help you.
I'm good.
Well, you asked for some ribbon.
That's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got about 15 minutes, run it again.
Your arm's blowed up now. How's your
endurance, though? I mean, since you haven't been training, is it like
To be expected, right? Just getting in.
But it's best of 5?
No, 6 full rounds.
So it's 6? So the restarts, maybe you pull 7, 8 times. So it's not a lot of
And then if
work.
it's straight 3,
Finishing up here.
do you like to pull the strap?
More rotations now. You're going in December.
I don't mind it. It's kind of a mystery, like the nuances of it.
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I don't like it because I usually can dominate with my hand so much. But I don't mind the power pulling.
Well, if you put him in the strap, you could take a nap. As a matter of fact, if you're just the least little bit worried, I would put him in the strap, because now he's not going to be so fast.
Yeah, I was Ruby.
Because these guys that are really, really fast aren't loaded, right? And what happens is, Arson was probably the best. Arson and Rusto, they get this gap, this half-inch gap to jump, right? But if you're strapped to them, as soon as they move, you feel it, and whether you go or not, you react because you're tense.
Okay.
So you put him in the strap, and you're going to cut his speed down 30-40%.
Wow.
Easy.
I never considered that slingshot part of it.
Because Rustum's the best at it. Because Rustum grips you.
He like lat rows you, right?
Yeah. Well, Rustum and Arson, their hands aren't even touching yours. So there's this whole gap, right? And then they're just blindingly fast. I mean, they're way faster than I am. But they got that ability to move. Well, he doesn't. But they got the ability to close that gap before the hands move. So the ref's sitting here, right? I move that. The ref didn't stop it, but now I've got momentum,
right?
And he's got momentum going the wrong way, right? So for him to fire off, he's got to double twice the force because he's got to accelerate. He's got to change the velocity from a negative to a positive, which is twice the force in the other guy. But if you're strapped to somebody, as soon as they move, you're reacting to them.
What I think too is a thing with the with guys like that, they're so used to being positive on their shoulder that if you can kind of like knock them off there and get them like out this way a little bit.
Yeah, especially a hooker. If you're in a strap, so you act like Sasha. Right? If he goes that way, if instead of trying to come this way, if I just turn like that, twisting your wrist without moving anything else, that's so easy. I show you my palm, but it keeps this hand either in line or outside your shoulder.
I did invite him when you guys told me to invite him.
Yeah, I start legal and I just go like that
in the straps.
Yeah, because we're tied together. So as soon as I do that, he's trying to curl in, you're going out. Worst case, you're flat to flat, in which case, now we figure out whose elbow's bigger. No. And you win that every day.
I don't take
don't
take it.
I don't know what the other matches are, but I like you on the
I did the down rush on my knee and coming back on any fucking way.
Oh my God!
I'll take one more.
Holy shit. All right. I will never see another fucking left-handed hammer in my life.
Oh, yeah, West Virginia, you mean?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Everyone's talking about it.
Jesus! Give me a second. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm seeing dead relatives right now.
What's that?
Yeah, it don't feel strong. I thought it was coming better. Give me one more. But I can tell because I train both of them, so I know my max efforts on both.
Yeah.
This is easily 20 or 30 pounds higher than this.
This is one of those weird things. Like I put the effort into this one, but this one just keeps pace.
This one's
this one's more on gym lifts, but this one's got like a little more connection. I feel like
this one drives a high school in a '78 Camaro, and this one rides in a little tiny yellow bus.
You've had less injury to your left side.
Weird. Low roll. Weirdest in the middle name. Todd W. Hutchings.
I need to keep your get down there.
breathing like it's prom night next to Karen Trudell. She was really, really hot in high school. I don't know. I just
I was
really
going to say, am I supposed to know who that is?
I don't think a beer is going to come out. I need a single serving of beer. And that's a 48 quart cooler.
Feeling any better yet? God. Every time I feel like it's getting better, it's getting bad. Really? Yeah, I think something. I think that's what's wrong or something that's not.